Hello ladies and gents, it's Jake here, and aside from Batman and Spider-Man, not that many superheroes have had a good video game, let alone good video game franchise. In this video, I'm going to be going over 5 superheroes who have either never had a game and could use one, or whose previous game entries have been so bad that it's best to forget about them. In the comments below, let me know what character you think deserves their own modern superhero game, and as a bonus, what company would you want to make it? With all that said, let's get started. The first character I want to talk about is Green Arrow. Now, the prospect of this character having his own game has been discussed for quite some time, especially while the Arrow show was still airing and at the height of its popularity. Now, while some might say that would have been the ideal time to make it and the window has now passed, I still think a Green Arrow game could definitely work. There was even a lot of talk back in the 2010s during the heydays of the Arkham games that Rocksteady should be the ones to make it, and I can see the thinking behind that. They could incorporate the same sort of combat that Robin uses with his bow staff while replacing it with an actual bow, and even having different arrows as selectable gadgets with quickfire options similar to the gadget wheel in the Arkham games. Some of you might even remember that there were mods from years back that made Robin in Arkham City look very similar to Green Arrow. The archery elements could even take inspiration from a game like Warframe, and the classic stealth elements could be pulled right from the Arkham series too. And let's be honest, after the abomination that was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Rocksteady is in need of some redemption, and while I doubt the Emerald Archer could give them that on his own, it would at least be a step in the right direction. Next up, I've got Thor. Now, this is a character that has a game based on the 2011 movie, and it's absolutely terrible. Thor is also playable in the Avengers game from Crystal Dynamics, but that's not exactly a good point of reference either. The best game for playing as Thor, in my opinion at least, is Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but given the nature of that game, it doesn't exactly hold up as the definitive playing experience for any one character, as fantastic as the game is. If we were to get a proper Thor game, I could see it working similar to the past few God of War games, not only because those games are loosely based on Norse mythology, but the quality of storytelling and world building that we saw in God of War 2018, and especially God of War Ragnarok, could work especially well when constructing the world of Asgard that this game would take place in, as well as any of the other realms that we could potentially visit. And maybe Marvel could even partner with Santa Monica Studio, who made the God of War games, to make this hypothetical Thor game. Will the God of Thunder ever be given his due in video games? Only time will tell. At number 3, I've got Green Lantern. Now, this is another character whose only known solo game is a movie tie-in game titled Green Lantern Rise of the Manhunters, complete with Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan. Now, unlike Thor's movie tie-in game, this wasn't an absolute catastrophe, but I wouldn't call it good either. Something that I think could work very well for a Green Lantern game would be if you could explore the different planets and learn different moves and attacks, and combine your favorites together to make your own playstyle, similar to the Dragon Ball Xenoverse games. You could even incorporate some of those lanterns from various planets like St. Walker or Tamaray and have them act as instructors to teach you the certain moves that you can then equip at your leisure. Now, I wouldn't go the route of having an avatar or created character like those Dragon Ball games did, as while it worked for those games, I don't think it would work here. I would have the focus be on Hal as the main lantern, and you could even throw someone like Jon Stewart into the mix if you wanted to. Control them both individually, send them off to explore different planets, have their own playstyles, and then have them protect the galaxy together. I know I'm stepping into the realm of improbability here, but it would be so awesome if this actually happened. The Green Lanterns definitely need some love, and a game like this could definitely start to get them some much needed attention. This next character is one that has so much potential for his own game, and that is Daredevil. Now, there was actually a canceled Daredevil game for the PS2, as well as a Game Boy Advance game that released in 2003 to coincide with the movie, but obviously we're not counting that. So there have definitely been attempts to give Daredevil the spotlight in video games, but no one has managed to crack the code just yet. Now, an obvious candidate for who to make this game would be Insomniac Games, looking at the past 3 Spider-Man games they've made, as well as their Wolverine game supposedly coming next year. It may seem logical for them to continue the Marvel trend and add the Scarlet Swashbuckler to their repertoire of Marvel games. While there wouldn't be as many gadgets for Daredevil, his combat system could still be very fun if incorporated right. If you look at the way he fought and traversed in Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects, that could be used as a blueprint to craft a distinct and unique playstyle for Daredevil. His radar sense could be applied in a similar way to the detective mode in the Batman Arkham games, and his Billy Club could even work as a traversal tool in a similar fashion to Batman's grappling hook. But due to Murdock's insane agility, he would probably be a bit more flexible while grappling. With how popular Daredevil got from his Netflix show, and how much people are anticipating its upcoming sequel series, there's certainly a buzz for the character, and it makes me hopeful that one day we'll get a proper video game for the Man Without Fear. Now, this last character is one that a lot of people have talked about having a proper game for a long time, and now I'm going to give my spin on it, and that character is Superman. Now, the common remarks that people make against a Superman game would be that he's too powerful, every enemy would need kryptonite, there would be balance issues. You've heard it all before. And I'm not saying I have all the best answers for this, because I don't. There are just certain ways that I think a studio could work around these reservations. In terms of Superman's powers, something that could happen is that the game takes a New 52 style approach to Superman, and that he slowly develops his powers over time, and the difficulty of enemies over the course of the game could scale accordingly, so that the enemies that you may struggle with early on won't be that much of a problem to you when you're 10 hours into the game. Make the map an appropriate size while also not making Superman so fast that he just zips from one side of the map to the other in 5 seconds, which is something he could certainly do otherwise. A Superman game would definitely be fun if done correctly, and interestingly enough, LEGO Batman 2 actually gave us a really good Superman game experience, despite it not being a Superman game. If they utilized Superman's power set from the LEGO games and wrote a good narrative and world to surround him, it would really be something special. Superman has been getting a lot more attention lately, with animated cartoons, live-action shows, and the upcoming movie releasing next year. This would certainly be a great time to capitalize on all the buzz surrounding the Man of Steel. And that is going to bring the video to an end. These are 5 superheroes that I thought could really benefit from having their own modern video game. Definitely let me know what you think about my choices for this video, and who you would have included as well. If you'd like to see 5 more superheroes covered in a video like this, be sure to let me know that as well. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with your friends, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more. Peace out, guys.